put like I remember this from work, put my phone and my keys like right in my purse and, charge it there and everything. So I couldn't leave without it. I remember this from work.
Hmm, I know.
So what happened?
Oh, I was thinking, she said she lost some.
My earbuds.
Kathy said she lost some earbuds, and I said I lost an earring the other night.
And that started the whole conversation
I
about.
don't know if everybody saw pictures, if they didn't come, they saw pictures of our little mini art show. And it still along the wall here. And we have if you come here, you please come down to the Joy Center because you can make your choices. Audience choice, what's it called?
Yeah, I'll be there today. Teresa will be there today, right?
Yeah, time to vote.
All right. That sounds like fun.
The woman who was the funder from the council,
The
one who gives us-
community outreach thing.
yeah, thank you. See, their person, their leader was their director was here,
Nice.
and we were so excited because people came. I mean, always, well, people came to see their own stuff, but brought other things, and she was
Nice.
very impressed that it was beginners class and that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. A couple of quick advertisements. One, it is really important for the continuity of the Joy Center that if people are on social media, that they like and follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And if you make comments, that helps the algorithm. It actually gets more people seeing it when there's activity on that page. So your activity, even if you know what's happening at Joy Center or you are already coming to stuff, by making a comment, by liking something, that drives Meta, Facebook, to actually put it more in people's faces. So you actually spread the word without doing anything at all, except for saying, yeah, Tech Savvy was great. Driving more people to the classes helps also with donations, which is real important because the classes are free. And I heard a rumor that the board may be considering some pay classes. And so if, we've prided ourselves on being free all of this time because people donate. And if people forget to donate, then they may have to switch the model. So just saying, every little bit helps in keeping the doors open and keeping fun, exciting things happening like that.
Fun.
And
It's a fun page.
it's a fun page, but it also helps, with grantors. Whenever you apply for a grant, they're going to look at your social media and they're going to see how much interaction and how much impact the organization has. And so if the organization doesn't have, vibrant pages, they're going to pick ones that are, oh, okay, Kathy. They're going to pick organizations to award money to that have more interaction with their people. So just something to think about that doesn't cost you anything, just interact. It helps a lot. We are recording, so welcome everybody. Good morning. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you. And everybody else. Joyce turned on, so she must have finished eating breakfast.
I didn't start yet, though.
And Martin was here, but he disappeared. Oh, here he comes. He's coming back in. So I heard that there was a horrible tornado in Kankakee, Michigan. Amy is still in Key Largo, but she is on the phone helping folks remotely deal with the disaster up there in her hometown. So that's why Amy won't be here. And let's see. And Kathy had to go because she had a contractor. So let's start with Medina's question of the week.
Okay.
My coffee hasn't kicked in yet, so pardon me.
Okay.
Um, okay, so several months ago, I remember we talked about storage on our iPhone, and
Mhm.
and you taught us how to look up storage. I looked up storage, and my apps were taking up a huge amount, and it turned out it was mostly from WhatsApp. I've been on WhatsApp for years with relatives in Israel, especially, and I honestly, I'm going to admit something I'm a little ashamed of. So, for years, I just never deleted any threads. So I had threads of conversations going back 3 years, and tried to delete one at a time. One at a time was a nightmare. And so I learned, I think through you, Betsy, that with WhatsApp, if you go to the very if you go to the very top where it has the name of the group and you click on just the name of the group and then you scroll down a little bit, there's an option to clear the entire chat.
So there's a group. Here's the group, and then here's about the group. So
Yeah.
normally where it sits for me is you've just got all of these conversations you're having, right? Just like with texting.
Yeah,
And so you pick a particular group that you want to look at, and then there's the latest conversation with that group. But then when you tap on the top, then tapping the name on the top brought me to the actual group page.
right. And so when I do that and I tap on the top, here's the group, the page,
Yep.
and then I scroll up, and in red it says clear chat. And so that wiped out everything, which was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was just
Yep.
so easy instead of one at a time.
So you were talking about clearing
I
each
can't,
message one at a time?
yes,
I'm sorry.
each message, you press down on it and
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
you
So,
do a deep press on it, and then it comes up with options to delete. And then you get, the little circles next to each text, and you tap them. You just tap them, and they turn the little circles turn red, and then you can delete. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So here's I've pushed and held on this. I don't tap it because if I tap it, it's going to open it. But I just pushed and held, and then up at the top, you've got the menu bar of
Yeah,
what you could do. You could forward it, you can star it, you can delete it, you can copy it,
yeah,
or you can reply to it. I'm probably getting my arrows wrong, but because I'm looking
right,
at it backwards. But so yeah, so that's totally not necessary.
right.
Just going to the top, to the group name, going here. Now you've also got at the at towards the top, you've got manage storage right here. So things that are taking up extra storage, and there's only a couple of them. There's some PDF files and a document file. These are very small. 4.72 kilobytes, 446 kilobytes, and 783. So that's not much. But if you have um, tons and tons of photos and videos and things like that from your particular group, you can certainly. So what you do is at the top, you select all.
Mhm.
And then once you do that, it gives you a choice of either starring it or deleting it. So you can get rid of the big stuff. So if you decide, hey, I don't want to get rid of this entire thread because there are things in this thread that, this is kind of my storage space for these things in this thread, then you can leave it, but you can select, like I said, particularly if it's video and bigger stuff that's taking up room on the app itself. And then going down as the other thing that we want to talk about in this, because Medina brought it up, Well, that's a good look, Jackie.
I know, I can't get it to go back to my sunset. It won't let me. Isn't that
Huh.
weird?
Well, we can see the sunset.
I know, you can't see me. Isn't that weird? I was
That's
trying to restore it and I don't know what it's doing.
That's
Sorry.
very weird. That's okay. It just it's the ghost. The other thing you can do is in the settings of this particular thread, you can have disappearing messages, right? So you know about this? When you tap on disappearing messages, your
Yeah.
choice is you keep a message for 24 hours, 7 days, 90 days, or off. So depending on what you select, I would say if you want to test it out, do 90 days. And that means when a message comes in 90 days, it's gone. So it's an automatic deletion mode that WhatsApp offers that is really nice. If you're like, I really don't need all of these messages at all, then go to 7 days and really see how that's working for you. And within 7 days, oftentimes you'll get a message and you'll go, oh, okay, I need to do something about that, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to leave it there for a minute. And then you'll go, okay, 7 days, poof, it's gone. And you might decide, oh, I didn't like that. But you knew where the message came from. It was something you were going back to, so you knew that it was,
So good.
you knew who sent it, you knew where the group is. And if it's a group, you can say, hey,
Yeah,
what's
my-
that restaurant that so and so mentioned that, they loved so much?
Hey.
That's very easy, particularly in a group.
But that would only, the message, disappearing messages would only happen with new messages coming in, not the 1,000 that it had
Correct.
before.
Correct. But
So-
now you have, so once you're clearing the 1,000 messages from before, moving forward, you're not continuing to create a problem for yourself. That's the whole point, is that it manages that for you so that you don't have to deal with it later on. And then disappearing messages, just 24 hours, that if you're really like, yeah, this is just a chit chat group and I don't need to ever keep anything, do 24 hours and you'll keep a nice, clean thread that way. But yeah, absolutely. In terms of getting rid of this stuff, clearing chat down below, you're not going to get rid of the group. You're just getting rid of what's in that group.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so my
Linda.
question, wait, my
Yeah.
question
Go ahead.
was, my
Wait,
question.
hang on
was-
1 second, because I do remember your question. Linda, is this about WhatsApp before we move on?
Yes, I
Unmute
can't
yourself.
find where to do it. I'm in my chats, I'm in my groups, and I don't see anything that is to delete anything.
Okay, so you're in, look up a minute. You're in chats. So here's chat and here's just like text messaging, right? Looks like this with the various people you communicate with.
No, because she's got an iPhone, so it looks a little bit more like mine,
Where do I go to
like this.
chats?
Okay. It looks very different because you have dark vision on.
Yeah, this is my WhatsApp.
But you're in archived right now, right?
Archived. So,
Um,
hey, whenever you-
yeah, but it shows everybody that I have a conversation
Okay.
with.
Okay, there you go. Jackie's looks more like Linda's because it's white
Look at them
background.
first and see if you want to. 'cause
Okay.
I-
So you're in chats, Linda, right? Unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay. And then Jackie, if you'll flip that around again. I'm sorry, Medina. I can see white better than I can see black
Yeah, I
background.
understand.
Okay, so Jackie, on any of those are any of the, well, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and there you go. So it doesn't matter whether it's an individual person
Here's the list.
or a group where however many people are participating, once you've got that particular chat open, right? So I tapped on it, Linda. Whether it's the group itself or an individual person, it comes up the same. So I'm going to tap on that. At the top, now Jackie, do that so we can see once you open one.
Jackie, you're muted. You're muted, Jackie.
I don't use this a lot unless I'm traveling. So
Okay.
this is an old message. Now, when I hit this man, he has disappeared. So
Okay.
he must have had his timed. This goes all the way back to Thanksgiving.
Okay, so now flip that around though. Flip it around so we can see it. Hold it down just a little bit lower. Lower, lower, lower,
Yep.
lower. See the name at the top?
Yes,
Peter something or other?
yes,
Linda?
Go under chats.
Yeah,
Do you
just
see?
Um,
Tap now. See where
No.
the name is at the top? It says Peter something.
Peter Trutman.
And
Uh-huh.
mm-mm,
Yes. Okay. Jackie, tap
Yes.
his name.
updates.
Okay.
And it
Look-
says manage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at, that's different than the way mine comes up. Joyce, do the same thing. Okay, so
Again,
she's got
manage.
Peckman Clan. That's what we were looking for, is getting to this page of a group or an individual. So it might be because Jackie, you don't use it a lot, and so you
Right.
might not have already trained it. What we're trying to get you to, Linda, is this, what Joyce is looking at, which I'm just gonna say looks just like mine. It's the app is the app, regardless of what kind of phone you're using. So here's my PSV group.
Trying to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah, they have the same buttons at the top. They have the same ability. Media links and docs is right here. And then manage storage is here, which relates to media links and docs. But as you scroll down, all the way down at the bottom, the last thing you have is report group. Go up one, exit group. One up above that is clear chat.
Hmm.
So Linda, turn your phone to
Getting that
to
to chat.
face us a minute. Let me see where you are. Turn your phone this way.
Well, I've been moving it around, so let me get somewhere.
Go back to a chat. Jackie, that's off screen.
Oh, did you? I just cleared him.
Okay.
Yeah, guard. I don't need these.
All right, Linda, if you'll hold your phone up
They're my husband's.
so we can see it.
Oh, it's-
Okay. So now at the very top, I saw it for a second. Can you see yourself on Zoom as you're doing that? Can you see yourself? Okay, so do it. You have to move your thing so that it comes into
Right,
view
right.
for us.
You have it faced.
Come back closer,
Oh, chat.
closer, closer. Whoop.
Then it
I
tells me
see
to
her.
put the message.
Yeah.
It switched to camera. It switched to camera. Turn it back around.
Wait a minute.
To get-
Linda, your phone switched to camera mode.
Doesn't like me.
Yes, Jackie, you're there.
I gotta do one by one.
Okay, now
I know.
I don't know what it's.
at the very top, it looks, I can see what I want you to look at, Linda. At the very top is the name of, go ahead and close the Joyce Peckman piece. You've got an extra window open with Joyce Peckman. Just hit the little X on that, Linda.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're in chat like this. Turn it around so I can see because okay, yep. So at the very top, there's a name and a little circle. Tap that name.
I don't have that.
I do see that. Turn it back around. Yeah. There's a name and a circle at the
Okay,
top.
all right,
That's what I want you to tap.
okay.
Yep. So you're there. That's exactly where we're talking about. So once you're there, now as you scroll through this page, look at the screen for a minute. As you scroll through the page, you'll see all kinds of setting options for this particular chat. All the way down at the bottom is clear chat.
Yes, okay.
It's the
And then will
third from
that
the
clear
bottom.
everything?
That would clear everything in the conversation with that person.
So then I thought we were trying to clear everything all at one time. I thought we were trying to clear everything all at one time.
Within a chat, yes. What Medina was doing, she was in a chat and she was, whoops,
Go back.
she was in a chat and she was saying, okay, I have to delete this one, and pressing and tapping on each individual message within the chat.
Well,
She
isn't
didn't-
that what would happen if I do this? I'm just going to clear one.
You're gonna clear them all
All right. Okay.
within that one chat. So if we back up, just to make sure everybody understands. So I opened up WhatsApp and I'm in my chat section, right? You can see down at the bottom, chats is highlighted green. So I'm in all of my chats. So these are the various people that I chat with, right? And so when I go into each individual one, I can go to their page and I can clear the conversation with that particular person. No, I'm not clearing all of them, of all my chats all at once, because chances are good that you wouldn't want to do that, because you would be like, oh my God, I didn't need to get rid of the thing between me and the insurance company and, whatever. You know what I mean? There's going to be something that you're going to go, oh my gosh, no, I didn't mean to do that. So, um, and then of course, if you've got older chats like Jackie has with people who she has no need to chat with anymore, you can
Right.
just exit. What's it called? It's not exit.
Delete.
Exit group. It is exit. It's exit group.
Oh, there.
So second from the bottom is just leave it all together and then you're out. And you didn't with a group that doesn't change the group, except it allows you to leave the group. Let's say you're, on a board or something and you've rotated off the board. You don't need to be in that group chat anymore, so you can just exit it, which is really, really nice feature of this, because you can't exit a group if it's a regular old group message chat, not WhatsApp, but a regular text message chat. You cannot leave those things. They're like for life, sadly.
Well, that's part of my question. So since I know now how to delete a like 3-year chat on WhatsApp, I want to be able to do the same thing on just a regular text message.
Right.
And that doesn't work if if you tap on the name and then
Slide it.
again tap on the name again.
No, you slide it.
You slide it
Slide it to the side.
and it has
So
delete.
I can't show you on an iPhone, but
Yeah.
it's similar because I checked it on Scott's. I don't have his phone right now. I have his iPad, so it looks very different. So I'm not going to show you there. But just pretend this is an iPhone. It's not, but just pretend it is.
Yeah.
When you have, and this is regular text messaging. This isn't WhatsApp. This is regular text.
Right.
When I slide, it archived it, and I can missed it. Didn't want to undo that. So there's a timing in it where you archive it or unarchive it. And if you want to get it back, I'm talking to Android folks here. It's probably the same in Apple in some way, shape, or form. But for instance, when I slid, because I was trying to demonstrate to you all so you all could see it, I slid it and then I didn't hit undo fast enough. So I'm sorry, I got rid of Amy Jarvis, which I don't want to do. So, because don't be ashamed, Medina, I actually have text message chats from pretty much forever.
Me too.
Pretty much forever. I don't care. It doesn't take up that much room. In WhatsApp, it does. And things like videos and stuff like that, it does. But in this, it's pretty nominal when I look at my entire storage. And that's, really what this whole conversation is about, is storage and storage management. So we'll go into that in a second. Terry, remember your question or comment, but just hold on to it for a minute. So, going back, I got rid of something I didn't want to get rid of. I'm going to tap my icon up at the top. I'm going to go down and it says archived. So when I slid it, it archived, and there's Amy Jarvis at the top for my archive. I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to tap the three buttons up at the top. Remember, those are always a menu, and then it has unarchive right there. And you're reading this right side, right? You're not reading it backwards like I am. Okay. So I'm going to unarchive it. So now she's back in my regular rotation, and I can see she's right back up at the top here. So that was a slide, for me, that was a slide to the right. If I slide her to the left on this phone, all I can do is archive again. This does not allow me to delete. In an Apple phone, you can delete an entire thread by sliding. One direction is slide and one direction is mute. So take your phone, go to your text messaging, slide one way, and it'll give you little boxes of what you can do with it.
I see. And
Do you
that'll,
see that?
that'll delete the entire thread, not just the last message.
The entire thread. Thank you, Jackie. So
It's a trash can.
trash can is red, and what's the blue one?
Mute.
Mute. Mute. So that means that it's hidden from your view, which is essentially the same as archived. If I archive Amy, she won't show back up in my thread until she texts me. So she's not gone. She's not deleted completely. Now I can in an text messaging in Android, I can tap on Amy and once again go to my three dots up at the top. Now I'm in Amy's thread, so I'm in everything that Amy and I have ever communicated to each other. So I'm in Amy's thread. Right there is my three dots. I tap on the three dots. Really hard to do backwards and give the right pressure. And I can delete the entire thread. So if there is text messaging that I want to get rid of and it's not an Apple phone, I actually have to open the thread, go to my three dots at the top, and then delete the thread. With an iPhone, you can just swipe and you're given the choice of archiving it, which hides it from your view until they contact you again, or the trash can, which would delete the thread, which is what I can do from here. Does that make sense, Medina?
Yes, thank you. You answered my question.
Archiving doesn't free up space for you,
Right.
but it frees up a little bit of eye space, a little bit of brain space. If you archive your messages, and let's just look at this for a second. If I take Amy and I archive her, and then I want to message her, so I go do a chat and I do Amy Jarvis mobile, it brings it, it opens it right up because it didn't delete her, right?
Yes.
So I've
Yeah.
still got it all there. And once I
They always try that.
send her a text message, now when I go back, she's back in my live feed again. She's back where she was. So that's another way to pull it out of archive
I'm gonna have to
or
listen to
a
this one.
Android.
Great, thank you very much.
All right, Terry.
Well, my first question was about WhatsApp, because again, I don't use it regularly until we're on vacation. And we were just in this lovely island in St. Vincent. And anything you wanted from the hotel, anything you want, like if you WhatsApp them and you need more towels, or you want to get a
Huh.
car to go to dinner, and it just does it. They just do it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you wanted to bring more towels, like whatever. And I just, not just for the convenience of the traveler, but it was for everything. You know, I wanted to know where to get a massage, you know, best place to get a massage. And I looked it up, and I just asked them, and they sent me back the WhatsApp. They could make an appointment. You know, it just was like
Mm-hmm. It was their
fascinating
concierge.
how in a lot of other places, that's why I still use it on vacation for my family. But the other question was, I received recently, and I forgot this till today, calls from like my brother and some random other person on, one was on WhatsApp, which I guess he either screwed up on or was a group that somebody pressed on there. I figured that. And then I got Instagram call. Have you ever, I can't believe, I think I erased it. But it was like, and it had like this group of people as if it was a text or, so
Was it
different
something that
names.
somebody that you know?
I knew all the people, but I couldn't relate them until I finally figured out it was a friend of ours that knows my family and friends. So it was, but I asked my brother if he did. He said, I don't know what I did. I thought I was calling you or something. I thought I was texting you. So, okay, I'm gonna, if it happens again, I'll just take a picture of it. It just reminded me that I had never heard of
So-
that, but
So when I go to Instagram and I
Yeah.
tap on a friend's page, right?
yeah.
And then I go to message here. When I went to message, it brings up kind of her page, and then I can do a text message down here to her through Instagram. But then there's a phone call up here or a video call.
Oh,
So I can video or phone call them. But generally speaking, it's been my experience, and it might be because of my connectivity issues, but it has been my experience that phone calls through those apps are really crappy.
well,
WhatsApp does it well,
Mhm.
because WhatsApp kind of prides itself on that you can make international calls, and so it's put more resources into that. But Instagram and Facebook Messenger, that's not their primary function. And so they haven't put the technology into it that's going to give you a good quality call. Same thing with Signal. I Signal chat with a lot of people, and occasionally I'll call somebody because I always text with them through Signal. I've called them and it's like, oh, this is the absolute worst. Let's switch to regular telephone, and we hang up. So if somebody is, my guess would be, if somebody is reaching you through Instagram, I would hang up. I would hang up immediately. If it's somebody like
I
your
never answered.
son,
So, yeah.
okay, but if it's your son, for instance, because here's the weird scenario, okay? Let's think about this a minute. Your son, who talks to you, right? You do
Yes.
communicate, was probably not perusing your Instagram page and going, I need to call mom.
No, definitely
That
not.
doesn't
Or my
make any
brother
sense.
either. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying if you get a call from through an app that you're not used to getting a call from someone that you know, like your son,
Yeah.
your niece, your granddaughter, whatever, hang up. Hang up. There is no reason for them to call you through that app.
Right.
None. You have their phone number, right? Do not use that app.
Yeah.
Because the chances of someone else spoofing that through that app are good. They're good. Not through WhatsApp. I'm talking just social media, okay? Not through WhatsApp. And so, and it's somebody you already talked to, they have your phone number. The only time when I've gotten a call from somebody, a friend's son, we're Facebook friends. He called me through Facebook. I took the call because I know that's the only way he knew how to call me. Because we're not friends. We're Facebook
Yeah.
friends. So we don't have each other's. If he really wanted to call me, he could have asked his mom and she would have given him my number. But he's an impulsive kid. And so he just was like, "Oh, I'm going to call Betsy. And so I took the call. But normally I would not take the call. He's a special needs person. So, I wasn't going to ignore that.
Well,
But anybody else, yeah, I wouldn't even take it.
my brother said at first, he says, maybe it was me because maybe I thought I was getting somebody's phone number when I saw the phone. Like he didn't even, but he was trying to think of how he would have pressed that button. He was trying to make up what he could have done to do that because he didn't remember. And the other thing really quickly, if everyone knows how to delete a message on, I'm not sure, I know on an iPhone where you can press on it and it says more at the bottom. Do you know what I'm speaking about?
You have to be more clear about
You're on a
message. You get
text.
many messages. So you're on text.
You're on text
Okay.
and you don't want to you don't want to, you can press on picture and it gets you to reply, attach stickers, save, copy, and more. Let's see if I think I'm too far from the camera.
So you're in your regular text thread.
Text, regular
yes?
text.
Yeah, and so you can just push and hold and you can delete something. We looked at that already.
Okay, I just
Yep.
showed somebody that didn't last week that didn't know, and she was very excited about that. Okay,
Thanks.
that's
All
good.
right, Carlene's had her hand up.
While we're on WhatsApp, I know there's a setting, right, because all the pictures go to my photos and I don't want that. And I haven't taken the time to look it over. Do you know right away?
I
how
don't
to
because
stop? Okay,
I
Okay.
saw it briefly, Carlene,
okay.
and I was like, yep, because that's brand new. That's brand
Oh,
new. Where I was
Okay,
getting
well, there's taking
It's
up,
not new.
all these pictures are taking up space. And I didn't want them on my
exactly.
photos.
Exactly.
So
It's very new for me, Kathy, and it,
No, I've been on a WhatsApp with a group of ladies for 6 years. And at first I'm like, why is this going on in I just haven't had the time to mess with it because we were moving at that time. So for at least 6 years, it has been going on because the only way we communicate, we're all over the world,
uh-huh.
and so they'll post a picture and it shows up in my photos. So I know for
Yeah.
6 years it's been like that.
Interesting. It has
Yeah.
just started coming within the last month
Well-
for me.
Well, maybe it has to do with Android, maybe it didn't happen before because I don't
Yeah, mine-
remember it happen either,
Yeah.
until recently. So
It might
Joyce
be
has
an
her hand up.
Android.
Okay.
She's got the answer.
Yeah, I
Go,
was playing
Joyce.
around. So back here, I went to my group info
Yeah.
and then I scroll down. And when you scroll down under, there's a place, see, I'm scrolling down. There's a place that says save to photos default. So I clicked
Oh.
on that. It's under notifications, save to photos default, and you have it,
Unclick
okay, so mine is default off. So you have always default on, off, always, never. So
And so
that's
that was
probably
under-
where you control it.
Did you say settings first?
It's
Yeah. So
un-
thank you,
Okay.
Joyce. So
Yeah,
you're in the
it's
group
under here. I'm in the group.
Yeah.
or the
Uh-huh.
individual.
Group.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm
Okay.
just going down and it's sort of in the middle.
Okay,
Um,
but you have to go to the group first. It's
you have to
not
go to the
under a
group.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah,
group
okay.
is separate.
group.
And it's-
Okay, great.
In mine, it says media visibility. It's not
Okay.
in notifications, it's in media visibility.
Oh, okay.
And in media visibility, it says
That's where
show
mine is.
newly downloaded media from this chat in your device's gallery. Default
Thank
is
you.
yes. That's
All
pretty funny.
righty.
Yes
Thank you
or
so
no.
much. Thank you, thank you.
Perfect,
you.
Joyce. Thanks. But yeah,
Thanks, Joyce.
I agree. I don't know why that's so, and I think that's really interesting that Kathy's been seeing it for a long time, and it literally just started in mine. And I figured it was an update, because when you do updates, things change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hate those updates. Because
Yeah.
now, because
So-
I tried to use my DJ program and it wouldn't let me do this one song because it's DRM, You know what that means about
No.
it's copyrighted. And because it's in my subscription of Apple Music, I can't do it. But I could do it a month ago. It was working. I could play the music through my DJ program. My DJ
Oh.
program updated, and now I can't do it. This
That
has
makes
happened
sense.
before. So
Yeah.
anyway,
If you were playing it through Apple Music, it wouldn't stop it.
no,
But you're playing
it's
it
fine.
through
It's fine.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense.
But I could
Um,
do it before. So that makes me so mad. I updated and I shouldn't have.
You always should have, because if you don't update, and I'm not just telling Carlene this is for the entire group. If you don't update, you leave yourself vulnerable
No, this is
Vulnerable.
a DJ program. How would I
Doesn't
be
matter.
vulnerable through the DJ program?
Oh, are you kidding? Is it attached to the internet? Or is it
Yeah,
an
but
offline program?
I never use it though.
It doesn't
Unless,
matter. It doesn't matter if you don't use it.
Doesn't matter.
Everything that we
Well.
have is now a window to let bad
okay,
things
well,
in.
I'm just depending on my karma, okay? I believe in karma. Truly. Okay, that's
I'm just gonna say it's you know my position. I think it's bad karma to not pay
that.
for music. So
Can't find it though.
that's true. Well, and I'm not going to play it through that.
yeah,
I can't slow it down. Oh, well, you have to dance to the beat.
there you go. Okay, so Medina, did we solve your
You did.
problem?
Thank you.
And
Yes.
we took this particular question on because it relates to storage. It goes back to the whole thing of what's taking up space in my devices, right? So you've got a couple of layers. You've got the device itself. Right now, I have my PC in front of me. I have my Google Pixel phone, and I have what's not my device, but a device I can look at, Scott's iPad. With Apple and Android, you have space that's being filled up in your cloud, right? That's your iCloud or your Google Drive, your Google Cloud, in its various formats of whether it's picture or documents or whatever. So they're all filling up unless we're doing something about it. The things that we can do about it, one is to change our settings so that we kind of automatically help ourselves not be hoarders, which is a good thing. And I think the most important thing, because like I said, I do keep texts. Keep them. They're all there. Because I don't know why. They don't take up a lot of space for me. And I do go back and look. And it has been useful for me having texts like that when I've got a specific thing I'm trying to do, a specific notification to a whole bunch of people, and I don't have those people saved in a group because I have a very wide range of friend groups of varying interests. And so, I've got this group sitting in front of me here, and
Very, very wide.
it is very wide. And then I've got my pickleball friends, and then I've got my PSV, which is the animal shelter friends, and then I have my advocacy group friends, and I just have lots and lots and lots of different, I've got people from my past in Key Largo, and I've got people in my past from my way back past, and so it's wide, and so sometimes finding them because I kept their text has been useful if I want to invite them to something or encourage them to take action on something. And I'll just go through and I'll go, yep, they might be into that. Yep, nope, yep. And so easier than going through my contact list because my contact list is so huge. And so I can take action rather quickly, and I have done so by keeping those texts. That being said, where is our storage space being used up, and how do we figure that out? So on the phone, regardless of which phone it is, I am going to go in my Android. I'm going to go to my settings. Let's see. For Android users, I've got Renee and Andy and Carlene, I think, are the only people in the room, right? Everybody else is Apple. Nancy, what do you have?
I have an Apple.
Okay. So I think it's Carlene, Renee, and Andy are all my Android folks. So in my Android, I'm just going to go to my settings, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to look at storage. And right there is my storage, and it's very similar for Apple, so I'll just lead you through this. It says 37% used. I have 162 gigabytes free, which is a lot. And there is my, well, see there now, it says 94 out of 256. So there's how much is being used, there's how much that isn't being used, and it starts right at the top. What's taking up the most space are my apps, 63 gigabytes in apps. So when I tap on that, it's now going to open up app storage, and this is going to again be by what is the most, is always at the top. So this is AI Core. Sadly, I'm not going to touch that because when it says something like Core, this is not an app I downloaded. So that means it came with the phone, which means things might not work if I get rid of this. So I'm going to leave it as it is because I don't know what it is. I can go in and look at it later. The next one that takes up the most space is YouTube, which is kind of interesting to me because I would think that it wouldn't have a lot stored. But it's user data, almost 2 gigabytes. So that's not really a lot. I could clear the cache, I could clear my storage, and that could free up some space on there. But then that probably means I'm going to get rid of my history. And I often go back into my history to share something when I'm having a conversation with somebody. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Merlin Bird ID. That's funny. That's the next one that takes up the most space in mine. Because if you're into Merlin, and I have to say it is a fabulous app if you like being outside and like knowing what is that bird or what am I hearing, particularly what am I hearing, because oftentimes you'll never see a bird, but you'll hear it and you can start to identify stuff by what they sound like. When you use Merlin, you have to download the audio packs for your region. And you can do it very, very specifically. Like right now, I'm betting that I probably need to get rid of my Costa Rica pack because when I went to Costa Rica, I downloaded the bird sounds for Costa Rica. And so when I'm standing out there in the field and I'm just holding my phone and I tap identify a bird by sound, it's going to give me all of the birds and identifications. Joyce.
Betsy, how much space is your Merlin taking? Because mine is taking 12 gigabytes, and that's a lot.
Wow. 1.64.
So is this, okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of it.
I have to look
Yeah.
at that.
That's a lot. What I would do, Joyce, is I would go in and like I mentioned, like I downloaded Costa Rica when I went
Yeah.
there. That was a year ago in December. Probably not going back
Yeah.
anytime soon. I can get rid of that because remember, you can always download it again. I probably have my Western pack in there because I went to see Averill. I can get rid of the Western pack. You
Mine,
really kind of only need the sound pack identification pack of where you are right now.
mine doesn't go into that. It just says I've got 11 gigabytes of documents and data, but then it doesn't give me, tell me
No, you'd have to
exactly what
go
they are.
into the app
Oh,
itself.
right, okay.
And when you go into the app, go into settings. And let's see, my offline birds are US and Canada, continental US, and the US Southeast. So I can get rid of, certainly can get rid of Canada right now. And so, Joyce,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah,
so here's my offline packs. And so
right,
I can just do the Southeast because I'm not going anywhere
Right,
anytime soon.
right.
I can take this one and get rid of it and get rid of this. I can, then you tap it and it says remove region. So I remove that region and it's going
How
to
did
free
you
up.
get to that point? You went to,
So I went to, in Merlin app itself, I went to settings.
okay.
And then in settings, it was my offline birds. It's the very top one.
Okay, yeah.
And you can get rid of that.
Okay.
So sometimes, and that's a really good example, folks, because Joyce and I clearly enjoy this app and love using it because it's so wonderful and it works really, really well. And it's got such a huge database of bird sounds. Sometimes when you're in your storage and you're clearing out your storage, oh, look at that. So now, just because I got rid of that pack, so Merlin was third, it dropped all the way down to here. because I freed up some space by getting rid of one pack. So this is what, fifth in line, sixth? So that was useful. That was useful. I got rid of some space. Next one is Google Play Services. Google Play Services, I'm probably not going to get rid of. I believe that that's probably part of my app operating system. Camera is next, which is interesting. So there is storage on my camera separate from storage in my phone. So if I open up my camera, when my camera is open, I can look, and I often do right away in the moment, and I will tap on the little picture icon there, and I was cleaning trash at the roadsides there. And so it'll show me, you know, various pictures by tapping there. And so it saved it, and I can keep scrolling sideways and it'll show me the pictures. So my camera is storing, and that's really useful when I am in an area where there is no service, because it's not going to my cloud photos until I get into an area where there's service. Again, it's rural problems. People who live where there's always service don't have this problem. But that's where camera is storing stuff. So I don't need that. I've already got it stored in my cloud. So, you know, what's the point of that? So I can go ahead and go back in to my storage, and I can go to my camera and I can free up 1.45 gigabytes by cleaning up what's in my storage. Photos takes up a lot, 1.43 gigabytes, and that I'm always working on. TikTok, Facebook, all of these 1 gigabyte at a time. You know, if I clear the storage on these, any video that I would have saved. So for instance, on Facebook, if there's a post that I like and I save it and I organize it there, if I clear my storage in it, it's going to get rid of all the ones I saved. So probably that would defeat the purpose of saving them. But you can go through individually and see what our apps are taking up all my space because of things you saved within the apps that you might not be aware of. That can open up a lot for you. All right, I hit the back button. So apps was what's taking up the most. The next thing is video. Now I know this, but it's not a lot. You can see I've been busy. It's only 240 megabytes, which is a whole lot less than gigabytes. So then I go down to other. What in the world does that mean? So I tap on it and it says open files by Google. So I'm going to open it up and it's going to show me what was stored. So these are all of the files that were stored, and they have really strange, like I don't even know what these are. Have no idea what they are. They all have a date. I tapped on one. I tapped on the top one, and it's MSG Store Increment. I can select it, share it, open it, compress it, move it to trash, move it to a safe folder. But I literally don't know what they are. They might be backups, because as I look along, I can see these are backups.
I can hear you.
These are backing up of things that I have saved. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to mess up with it. Then I've got games. Whatever games that I've got, I can look in, tap on games, and I can see, yep, those are the 4 games I still play. So I'm going to leave that alone. Images. So images are stored on my phone. You can see it's my files by Google. And so these are my downloaded images. I like to go through here from time to time and go, yep, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, clean them up. And in images, interestingly, Kathy, that's where the WhatsApp images are showing up. So I can see that there are pictures here that came in through WhatsApp that I did not take, and they're stored on my phone. So I certainly can clean these all up and get rid of those and make up some more space for myself. Then I've got documents, then I've got trash. delete the trash. You know, if you've got nothing else that you've got no time to do, delete your trash. It says any file that has been in trash for 30 days will be permanently deleted, but I can not wait for 30 days. I can click all items, tap there. It's going to select them all, and then it's going to give me, I'm not reading it well backwards. Oh, it's at the bottom. It says delete them. Or I can choose to restore them. If I put something in trash and I go, "Ooh, I didn't mean to do that," I can bring it back. But I'm going to go ahead and empty my trash and just delete them all. And it asks me, "Are you sure? Delete 89 files permanently. It's permanent and cannot be undone." I'm going to say yes. I deleted them on purpose. Now they've been freed up and I can go back. And so that freed up some space in my trash. It went from 69 megabytes to 0 megabytes. So just like that, I made up some space on my phone. Same thing that you can do in your computer, on your iPhone, and on your iPad. It's a slightly different path to get there. Let me, if somebody wants to say it before I even get in, you can go ahead. But if I go to Scott's iPad, now I don't know where it is here. So I'm going to go right to the top and I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to go right to the top of his settings, right up there where search is, where my pinky's pointing. And I'm going to type in storage. Okay, and we have the choices right there. We've got iPad storage, so that's what's actually on the iPad. Then I have just a little bit below that is iCloud storage. Optimized storage on his Apple News and on his music app. I don't know what those are, so I'm not going to mess with them because those are apps that, like, I don't have Apple News. I don't know why you would need to optimize the storage on that, but it might compress them. I don't know what he saves with Apple News, so I'm going to leave it. But I can tap on iPad storage, maybe backwards. There we go. And this is the familiar storage thing that we've looked at many times. I really like the way Apple does this because it's color coded and you can see what's taking up most of his space. Same thing as mine, applications. It's red and it's red, and that's what takes up the most space. But then notice that the gray, let's see what the gray is. The gray is his operating system. So you're never going to mess with that or things won't work right. So you can see the gray here and then look down here. It says iPad iOS. Yeah, iPad OS. And that's the operating system. That's gray. So you're going to leave that alone. What else is taking up room? There's a little tiny yellow line there, and that's music. There's a bigger orange line there, and that's photos. And so, you know, you can look and see where can I do the best good. Right at the top now, it says review large attachments. So that's the recommendation from Apple, is to review the large attachments and see, do you want to get rid of those? And on his, it says save up to 245 megabytes. Those are photos, videos, and attachments taking up storage in messages. So that goes right to Medina's quest today, was getting rid of stuff in messages. And that's Apple's recommendation for my husband's iPad. And then interestingly, what's on the top that's taking up the most space for him is his news. His Apple News is 5 gigabytes. Below that is photos, which is 4 something. Below that is YouTube. Now we're getting down into the 2s. Then we have maps, then music, then Facebook, and it goes down. So it's going to be in decreasing order of what is taking up the most space. So sometimes you can just kind of scroll down to the bottom and go, okay, is there anything here that I'm not using? Now it lists the common ones, but then it has show all. So it doesn't actually have all of them. I scrolled down to the bottom of all of that app list and it said show all. So if I tap show all, then I can go all the way down to the bottom to what's taking up the very, very least amount of space. Meta Platforms. Meta Platforms Incorporated and WhatsApp. Those are only 20 kilobytes and 70 kilobytes. Apple Vision Pro setup. You don't ever want to get rid of a setup thing. On my iPad, iTunes Store, file, calculator. Calculator isn't storing anything for you. It's just running 5 megabytes, very, very small amount. But you can look in and go, I don't need this. I don't want it. I don't ever use it. Why is it here? And let's clear it up. So easy ways to take a look at your storage and give yourself some more space. Because it will just keep accumulating if you don't take a look at it from time to time. All right,
Yeah,
Carrie.
I have an idea for next week.
Okay.
Is to, I want it not to go over scams per se, but things I've been getting more and more from motor vehicles. John's been getting a lot. It's like when his license is due, but none of them are from motor things that letters that look like you're from your insurance company. Like, I'll see if I can send you a better description of what I'm talking about, but it's more and more and more.
Yeah.
And the other is it when we took a friend up to yesterday up to Miami while I was going to the doctor, and he was talking about where his grandson was at spring training in Fort Myers or whatever. And about 10 minutes later, so we had a little discussion about that. And I looked it up and it had sent me a schedule. I got like a message with a email with a schedule for the Florida preseason baseball games. Was it somebody listening on that? Because it was just a discussion in the car, or did I touch something?
You probably touched something.
Okay, because it was creepy. I mean, it's happened before, but it's mostly.
Yeah. I mean, AI is here. And so, there's always that.
Well, I just
I
think
was actually
about it.
going to talk about those kinds of utility scams. I have one queued up, but we ran out of time. So my electric company sent a notification saying, beware, this is happening right now. So I was going to cover that today. So we'll add that to that. And we'll talk about how these scams are happening. And then I also, Renee and Andy sent me a great article on decreasing AI influence in our lives. And so I'm going to share with that as well. So that's next week.
Thank you.
Don't
Thank
forget to
you.
like, follow, and comment on the Facebook
Yes.
page. And if you haven't made a donation lately, it's great if you do.
You can do it right on the
Thank you.
Facebook page or
And
on
you
our
can do it
website.
automatic
You can do a recurring donation, which is really
Works.
nice.
where you don't even think.
Yep.
Thank
you all.
you.